Oh, hi. Hi, Iris. Hi, Lex. How are you? I was looking around for some interesting books. I know Iris went on an adventure with Mommy, and here's your stones and a tiger. I know Iris had gone on an adventure, and I had made some books for Lex, but I have a couple books here for Iris. Iris, I hope you had fun on your weekend, and I love Miss Val. I hope everything was fun over there. So I had the first, Iris, your books are kind of about being outside. I'm going to show you this book, It Fell from the Sky. Now, we're talking about insects. And we're talking about tiny toys. This looks like a little marble. Remember when you played with marbles at my house? Iris, your books are also about gardens. Look at all these little flowers. It fell from the sky on Thursday. It's like a little marble from my house. And I see all these little creatures and bugs. Ladybug was perched on a leaf when it landed. I had a very good view. It bounced 3 times and then it rolled to a stop, she said. The inchworm insisted it only bounced twice. Everyone agreed that this thing was the most amazing thing they had ever seen. Remarkable, said the walking stick insect. He was happy to find something even stranger than himself in the garden. A frog assumed it was a gumdrop. He didn't like how it tasted. See how he tasted it with his big old tongue? The dung beetle tried to roll it, but it was too heavy. The stink bug doubted that it fell from the sky at all. He thought it might have grown from the ground, just like a flower. Finally, the wise grasshopper was consulted. It is not of earthly origins, he concluded. Most likely a fallen star, a comet, or maybe even a small planet. Do you guys think this thing's from outer space? The Luna moth knew it was not a comet or a star or a planet. It was a magical chrysalis that needed to be kept warm. The Luna moth just loves this thing. There's the moon. There's the garden. She waited all through the night, but the chrysalis never hatched. In the morning, there was another surprise. I think we can all agree what it is. It most certainly belongs to me, said the crafty spider. After all, it fell right into my web. Nobody remembered the web being there the day before, but, in fairness, nobody remembered that it was not there either. Look at the spider. Spider gathered everyone around so they could hear his plan. He would build a grand exhibit to properly show off the wonder from the sky. Construction took many weeks, but when Wonderville finally opened, everybody agreed it was worth the effort. Even when Spider explained tickets would cost 1 leaf apiece, it seemed like a fair enough price. It almost reminds me of the sandcastle you built with Mermom. Visitors came from far and wide. Wonderville was even more wondrous at night, thanks to the fireflies hired to light up the display. The lines were long, so the spider smartly raised the ticket price. Only a few insects grumbled. They're paying with these leaves that look like dollar bills. But as the lines grew longer and the price grew higher, the grumbles grew louder. Look at that big snail. The spider just hurried customers through his exhibit. What was there to grumble about? He was giving them a rare glimpse of the wonder from the sky. Soon the spider was wealthy beyond all imagination. But where had everyone gone? The spider assumed they must have left to spread the word about how wonderful Wonderville was. Brand new customers would come. Here's the spider. Here's this creation, and there's not a single insect in sight. But that was before the unexpected disaster. What do you guys think the disaster is? What is this thing reaching in? Oh gosh. A 5-legged creature stole the wonder and took it back to the sky. The spider was all alone. There was no one to help him rebuild what was destroyed. In the weeks that followed, some of the insects returned to the garden. Flowers grew back, and the long grass covered the flattened ant hills. Oh, they weren't sandcastles, they were ant hills. No one paid the spider much mind. It was as if Wonderville never even existed. That, the night as it sometimes does. Uh-oh, did I skip something? Okay, it was as though Wonderville never existed. Okay, we got that. Here's the page of the next picture. The night, as it sometimes does, shared a secret. He gazed up at the sky, and the stars shone down. They didn't hide their light from anyone, not even a selfish spider. He knew what he needed to do. Luckily, there is no creature more patient than a spider. Ooh, look at his face. Look what he sees in the sky. High up in the flowers, he spun and spun. Can you see all these webs he made in all these flowers? And sure enough, more wonders fell from the sky. Look at this stuff. Look at this thing. Look what came from the sky. Now take a good look at all this stuff. That's a fun game, the hanging monkey game. Some new kinds of dice. Can you see all these things, these little toys and all? Everyone agreed it was the most amazing thing they had ever seen. Look, Lex, here's a chess piece. A little red ball. Oops, there's a Lego. Especially this spider. He likes math, like Lex. He likes that dice the best. Okay, now we're going to do this other one. It's called My Garden by Kevin Henkes. There's a sunflower drawing. So Iris, I made a few garden books for you. Here's a picture. They're busy. My mother has a garden. I'm her helper. I water, I weed, and I chase away the rabbits so they don't eat all the lettuce. It's hard work, and my mother's garden is very nice. But if I had my own garden, there would be no weeds, and the flowers would keep blooming and blooming, and they would never die. In my garden, the flowers could change color just by my thinking about it. Pink, blue, green, purple, even patterns. And if you picked a flower, another one would grow right back in its place. That would be magical. You could have so many flower bouquets. As you know, I love flowers. In my garden, the rabbits wouldn't eat the lettuce because the rabbits would be chocolate and I would eat them. I love chocolate rabbits. If I planted seashells, I would grow seashells. I would love to do that. If I planted jelly beans, I'd grow a great big jelly bean bush. Yum. Sometimes in my garden, good unusual things would just pop up. Buttons and umbrellas and rusty old keys. How about maybe a marble from that other book would pop up? In my garden, there would be birds and butterflies by the hundreds so that the air was humming with wings. The tomatoes would be as big as beach balls, and the carrots would be invisible because I don't like carrots. But I know that Lex and Iris do like carrots with dip. Not this girl. At night, the morning glories would stay open, shining like stars, and the strawberries would glow like lanterns at night. It's night now. Only the fireflies and the porch light are glowing. Before bed, I take one seashell from the shelf in my room and I go to the garden. I poke the seashell into the ground. Who knows what might happen? I cover it up with dirt and I pat the dirt down with my foot. What are you doing? Asked my mother. Oh, nothing, I said. I'm just working in the garden. I love sunflowers. Yeah, so I got this book at Princeton Library. It's pretty good. So those are 2 fun garden books. Iris, those are for you. And maybe we could just quickly go out and I could just remind you what's happening in my backyard. Pretty soon you'll be back here. And we could see out here, I had to clean my ladder. You guys didn't get a chance to climb up on that, but maybe next time. There's the red swing. So look how big this garden got, you guys. They have the tall purple flowers. And then we have these short little white flowers. And everything is so big that your picnic table is kind of stuck in the middle here. Here's the little daisy flower with the zinnias, and they're getting pretty big. I have some new seeds growing. They're still very little. Here's my lavender, which is kind of new. And there's the house, the little doll house. Here's your swing, Iris. So I'm getting everything ready for you guys to come back next summer, unless you get here sooner. But anyway, I hope you have a really good week at school. Lex, I'm just so worried if you feel good at first grade and be happy. And then remember about smell the cookies, blow out the birthday candles, and count to 100 by 10s before you shout or kick anybody, okay? Let me know how you make out at first grade this week. Iris, be good at nursery school. I love you guys. Bye-bye from the garden.